Inari provides modern core technology infrastructure that enables insurers and reinsurers to increase operational efficiency, improve data insights, and streamline connectivity across multiple systems. They combine years of deep insurance industry expertise with modern tech practices to provide their clients with an easy-to-use and easy-to-integrate risk management platform for all lines of business. Find out how to improve your productivity with Inari's empowered insurance management platform. Please welcome Inari.
Good morning. I'm Ollie Fox from Inari. I'm the account executive here. It's great to be in Inari's hometown of Barcelona. So a bit more about Inari. So we've been around since 2017. We've grown to about 50 people now. And our overarching objective is to help insurers, MGAs, managing agents, and reinsurers use data in a better way, increase efficiencies, and decrease costs ultimately. So we've got a policy administration system and an underwriter workbench. We've got a data ingestion platform that works very well with bordereau files, which Mason's going to show us a quick demo of later. And we've also got a heavyweight inwards and outwards reinsurance platform. Now, what makes us different is the 4 pillars that we adhere to throughout all of our products. First off, we do the heavy lifting within our products. So pre-bind and post-bind, we realize that there's a lot of manual repetitive tasks going on. So within our platforms, we automate those. Secondly, all of our platforms are very usable. So if you work in insurance, as I'm sure many of you do, you should be able to flip open a laptop and navigate your way through one of our platforms very, very easily. Thirdly is the interconnectability of our platforms. So we can feed data in from various different data sources. We can work with different insurtechs. We can even work with legacy systems if you really want us to. And fourthly is we handle data in a different way. We utilized a distributed ledger technology across our 3 platforms, which is a very fancy way of saying we can track every single change which has ever been made. And we can see how data has evolved throughout its sort of life cycle within the platform. So a little bit more about the demo today. So we're going to run through our data ingestion platform. We call it Matsuri. And effectively, it was born in London when we were working with a managing agent who was getting very bored of really sifting through bordereau files, painstakingly checking if decimal points were in the right place, whether pound signs were there instead of dollar signs, and business rules are being adhered to. So without further ado, I'll pass over to Mason.
Thank you, Ollie. Today, I'll be walking you through the shoes of a binder manager as they go through the periodical task of upload and review of policies written and reported for a specific binder. So when I access to Matsuri in its binder area, there's a list of all the binders that have been set up and a handful of actions that can be done here, like opening a preview of the binder detail, opening the binder detail, download the list, and filter the list. Let's say I receive a bordereau from Humor Specialty Worldwide, so I can find that specific binder on the list, click to access to the binder detail where I have a summary of the binder's main KPIs. Click on Upload, fill in basic information. Either I can set a reporting period as nil or choose to add a file. We have the drag and drop option, or I can also browse to look for my file. Once this action is confirmed, so once I click on Upload, Matsuri can start the ingestion process. Great, now I just let the system do what it needs to do, and I can go back and continue using the platform. At the ingestion panel, I can see the uploads that are running, those that are finished, and I can dismiss the view of prior uploads. What's happening here is that within seconds, Matsuri ingests, screens, triages, sanitizes, and normalizes the valuable data information I'm receiving from those spreadsheets for further internal processing. From mapping to our data standard to checking against binder parameters and business rules, we can also do re-ingestions. The system also does re-ingestion, and that's an ingestion option that can be turned on and off by the user. Now that the ingestion is finished, I can access to the results and drill down even further into the results to understand exactly what has happened, from the policies that have passed, those that have been disregarded, those that have been re-ingested, and so on. What I can also do is access into the policy list, and this is where I can see basically all the content of those spreadsheets being relayed to me directly on the platform. And based on the checks, those policies could be either passed, disregarded, declined, or pending to be reviewed. For the items pending to be reviewed, it could be a data error, like a missing data point. Or if a policy has failed, it could be a binder parameter that has failed, like the policy limit exceeds the maximum allowed limit. I can also access directly into the content of those policy and amend that information directly from the platform. In terms of other actions that I can do here, it includes the bulk actions. So I can select multiple rows of data and perform the same action on all of them, whether it's to specially accept them, disregard them, or even edit the same field for all those rows all at the same time. The most important area on the platform is the administration of our binder. So here we can either set up the binder directly in Matsuri and add all the parameters from the contract, or we can also integrate with other systems via APIs so that this information is fed through here and used by the engine. I can also refine the business parameters via the business rules here. For example, if I have a binder that allows cyber in Asia, but I want to create a special exclusion for cyber in Japan, if the limit is of a certain level, I can do that here. The heart of the tool is in the mapping area. We use Lloyd's 5.2, but this could also be adapted to any in-house data standard. I can add custom fields, so perhaps there's a field that doesn't exist in our data standard that has become mandatory in the binder lifecycle. I can directly go and add it here myself. I can also import a mapping. So imagine I'm working on two separate binders, but they use the same template. I don't have to do the mapping exercise twice. I can just import the mapping from one binder to the other. Then data enrichment. As the name suggests, it's allowing the system to save you time by adding information that may be required in your organization, but is not provided within those spreadsheets, whether it's risk codes or currencies and so on. And finally, the binder summary, which is a general synopsis of all the configurations that have been set up for that binder. That's all for our show and tell. Ali, over to you.
Thanks, Meysam. So as you can see, we're able to, with Matsuri, ingest vast amounts of data very, very quickly. We're able to cleanse, sanitize, and run business rules in order to spit out clean data to be sent to policy admin systems, data lakes, wherever it really needs to go. So thank you very much for your time. Do come and have a chat with us at our booth and come and win some cheese and wine. Thanks. Bye.